Hello class, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about descriptive phrases to contrast similarities and differences. But between what? Well, between Mexico and English-speaking countries. So the first thing that we want to know is what or which are the English-speaking countries in the world. Believe it or not, some people don't know that. So without further introduction, what I'm going to tell you is go to your preferred browser, in this case Google. So just go to your browser and type it. English speaking countries. English speaking countries. English speaking countries. And there you go. What you're going to get is a lot of information, either that you have it written or you can have a map like this one. Here we have some of the countries that speak English. In Europe we have the United Kingdom, Ireland. In America we have Canada, United States. In Africa, South Africa. In Asia, India. In Australia and Oceania, Australia, New Zealand. Well, we also have some other territories that speak English, like Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, and some more countries. Let me open this one so you can take a look. So here you can find a lot of information about English-speaking countries. Of course, we have one English-speaking country very close to us. The United States of America. It's located just 2 hours away from this place, from our city. Only 2 hours, even more, less than 2 hours, and then we will be in the United States. They speak English, of course. But the language was originated in Europe, in some place called England. Now it's United Kingdom. Since some years ago, a lot of years ago, it became the United Kingdom, with Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England forming a Commonwealth and some other territories. But here in England is where it was originated. We are going to do a reading of a text which is called a travelogue, and we're going to talk about England. But now, what is a travelogue? Well, open your notebook, pick your pencil, and start writing these definitions. Copy these definitions in the notebook. First one, travel. Travel comes from travel. Travel is the word that means to go from one place to another, by car, by train, by plane, or any other ship. In fact, it's just to move or go from one place to another. Copy that. Also copy this, a travelogue. Travelogue is a travel diary. It's a fantastic way to remember the things you have done during a trip. It records the experiences of an author during a place and allows us to express our feelings and describe the place we visited. A travelogue may be written for your family, friends, or for yourself. Nowadays, a travelogue could be written in a diary form. You can even post it on a blog, record videos, pictures, etc. Now, I am telling you this and I am thinking, I can use the tools that I have. I can copy this, go to the browser, and translate it so I can understand the meaning of these words. Remember, you are people learning English and you can use all the tools that you can have at your disposition. For example, the translator. So you can copy this and post it here and try to see if whatever you were thinking does match with the actual meaning. Cópialo y pégalo y te darás cuenta si lo que tú estabas pensando que significaba la palabra o el mensaje es la idea correcta. Te vas a sorprender de lo bien que lo vas a hacer. Another thing that it has is that you can use this, so you can listen to what you are posting. Here we go.
A travelogue is a fantastic way to remember the things you have done during a trip. It records the experiences of an author touring a place and allows us to express our feelings and describe the place we visited. A travelogue may be written for your family, friends, for yourself. Nowadays, a travelogue could be written in a diary format. You can even post it on a blog, record videos, pictures, etc.
Now that sounds like she was falling asleep. Parece como si se estuviera durmiendo. You can translate it and then you can listen to that in Spanish, or vice versa.
Un cuaderno de viaje es una forma fantástica de recordar las cosas que ha hecho durante un viaje.
Por supuesto que eso suena completamente robótico. Of course, that sounds like a robot and you don't want to sound like that. So you need to use your intonation and your tone and your speech so you can do a good reading of this. A travelogue is a fantastic way to remember the things you have done during a trip. It records the experiences, etc. Practice your reading all the time, your pronunciation. Okay, now that we have both the travel meaning and the travelogue meaning, that we have written this one here, we're going to start reading this travelogue. It says, Traveling in England by Brian Fernandez. It goes like this. July 18th, York, England. Remember this little map? York, look. Here is York in England. York, England. England being the country. York, England. We left rainy London yesterday. Where is London? Well, London is the country's capital. London is here and York is here. So he says that they left and moved towards the northbound, to York. It says, we are in the wonderful city of York in northeast England. It's a small medieval city with a wall around it, a 13th century castle and the ruins of an abbey. Old medieval city with a wall around it. This is the wall that he's talking about. Look at the pictures of the place. They look old. This is fantastic, isn't it? Beautiful, small, narrow streets with a lot of things that remind us from the past. So when you're writing a travelogue, you want to write about the experiences that you are living. But let's continue. The castle was awesome, but the best was the dungeon. What is a dungeon? Again, you need to go and look for that word. This is the dungeon. The dungeon is a place like this. Look what they have inside. Can you see it? This is inside the dungeon. Look. Okay, let's continue our reading. The best was the dungeon. This is where they tortured prisoners in the past. Tortured prisoners. It was dark and scary. The legend says that there is a ghost. And I think I felt something touch my back. Maybe it was my little sister teasing me. Tomorrow on the train again. My parents want to visit Oxford, which is a very important university city. I hope we don't walk a lot. My feet hurt and I am tired. That's all for tonight. So yesterday they were at London. Today in York, and they are going to move to Oxford. So, London, York, and now they want to go and visit Oxford. That is heading south again. Oxford is closer to London. Can you see it? So the last part of this travelogue analysis is to find the answer for these questions. Who is the author of the travelogue? Who is the author of the travelogue? When did Brian Fernandez write the travelogue? What places did he visit? Who is the travelogue for? Who is the travelogue for? You need to look for that and answer. And also I want you to copy this table in your notebook. Copy it. It says introduction is the first section of communication of text or text. Body is the central message of communication or text. And the conclusion is the last section of communication of text or text. So what I want you to do is to identify the three parts in the travelogue that we just read about the Brian Fernandez trip traveling in England. You're going to take a look at this, you're going to read it, and you're going to answer these questions. Esto es lo que en español llamamos lectura comprensiva. Usted va a leer y va a identificar the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And write them here. So, no more talking about this, and please write it. I wish you luck, and I hope that you're going to do a very good job. Please send the answers to my email, because in the future I'm going to ask you to write about something that you have done in the past, a place that you have visited, and let me tell you for sure, it's going to be amazing to remember all the things that you have done. Okay, so let's do it. We're going to answer the questions, and then we're going to write the travelogue on our own. Bye bye, kids. Have a nice day.